Hello everybody, it's mid-April 2023. I'm working on my friend's 2004 Pontiac Vibe. Just having a fun day changing some bulbs when all of a sudden this reared its ugly head and overheated and melted socket for a 9003 H4 bulb that you see right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a brand new socket on. Okay, brand new socket I'm using is a Dorman 90801. It's a 2-pack. Okay, I did the rear brake lights in the old Vibe. 7443 bulbs in the back. I'm putting 9003 H4 Sylvania. A little bit brighter than stock bulbs. Extra vision. Okay, so it's easier. You take your battery out to here's the old battery. Take the battery out to get to this side. Okay, so just take a photo or a video of your wires. Okay, because obviously they're not the same color. So I'm going to be twisting together the wires, soldering nicely, and shrink tubing. These are the things you need if you want to do it right. You can use butt connectors, but they tend to be unreliable at times. Okay, see you later. So you want to prep your harness, so I stripped them back about an inch. And you want to put your shrink tubes on, because once you solder it, you're not going to be able to get these shrink tubings on. You know, pick a size that's big enough that you're going to be able to slide it over the solder joint. And then you're going to heat it with the heat gun. Okay, so now we're going to take this old connector off, cut the wires back past the burnt part, and strip them back too. So basically, the red with the black tracer, which goes to this top contact, this top one, will go to my yellow. The thicker red wire, it's a heavier gauge red wire with the white tracer, will go to my red wire, which is the right contact. That one is the right contact. Then the smaller gauge wire, red with the white. I can't believe they use the same colors. But the smaller gauge, red with the white, will go to my left contact or my blue wire. Okay? So to repeat, the top contact must get connected to the red with the black tracer there. The one that I stripped and cut already. Sorry about the focus. Then this thicker one, the red with the white tracer, the thicker gauge one, will go to my red. Okay? And then the smaller red with the, oh, where is it? It's in here somewhere. The smaller, this guy here, smaller red with the white tracer, will go to my blue. So you could think of the bigger red being a hotter wire and the smaller red being a cooler wire. So he's going to go to the cool blue. Whatever way you remember, or just take pictures. That's why I'm taking this video, in case I forget. Take some photos too if you want. Just get it right. Don't guess. Okay, this is important, so I just wanted to show you. So you bring the wires together, and then you kind of use your fingers, your thumbs, and twist them tight. So they're nice and tight. Not much bigger than the wire insulation. Then you're going to solder that. Then you're going to bring the shrink tubing down over to the, you know, after it cools down. Then you're going to bring the shrink tubing over and then use your heat gun to heat up your shrink tubing. Beautiful connection. So this is the way I'm going to do all 3 wires. I'm not going to show you all 3, but that's the way you twist them. It's all in the preparation. Okay, everyone. Sorry I couldn't show you me soldering, but you got to heat them up real good. Put the iron on both, you know, where the wires are joined. I like putting the iron underneath and then applying the solder from the top. That's actually my method. Keep them flat, horizontal when you're soldering, so gravity doesn't make the solder just go to one side. I've done better soldering than this, but let me tell you, folks, this soldering will outlast this car. Trust me. Okay, so we're all set to go. We're just going to slide the shrink tube over there evenly. You know, you want to overlap the solder joint. You don't want to line up the end of the shrink tubing with the end of the solder. You want to straddle it evenly, and we'll be good to go, and this light's going to be beautiful. If you want to know what a heat gun I'm using in my arsenal these days, it's Rex Betty. REX022, I guess that's the model number. Plenty of heat. You don't even need this thing on 1800 watts. Here's your heat control. She's a Rex Betty. I think I got this on Amazon. It's been tossed around a lot, as you can see. I guess a family member damaged the wires here, but you know, this thing gets tossed around a lot, thrown into toolboxes. They should take better care of my things. Okay, anyway, here's my shrink tube kit. That's also, I got that from Amazon a while back, and it's still here. Yeah, here's what this looks like. Very nice kit, all different sizes. And my soldering iron is a beautiful old Weller. I think she's a 60 watt. You got to get at least a 60 watt if you're going to do big wires, because it's just not going to get hot enough. So save yourself the grief. Okay, they're all shrink tubed and they cannot slide. The blue one could slide a little bit, so I'm just going to put a tie wrap, a zip tie, a nylon tie, because the blue one was joined to a smaller wire, so I couldn't get it to shrink down enough more than what it is, so I probably should have used a smaller piece of shrink tubing, but the yellow and red one are fine. They're not going anywhere, so I'm just going to use maybe a piece of wrap electrical tape around this, and maybe a tie wrap, and they're nice and insulated. And no water or dirt can get in there either and corrode the solder joints. Okay, ladies and germs, how's this for a belt and suspenders approach? So I wrapped it in tape, and I continued it over the car's, the factory wire harness covering here. Okay, there you go. And so the tape can't unravel. I put a tie wrap there. So there's your belt and suspenders approach. Plenty of slack to plug in. The bulb goes right here. See? Okay, beautiful. Let's get this job done because the sauce is up and the water's boiling. Okay, here's what we're looking like. Beautiful. Make sure you put this rubber booty on. It actually has a top and a bottom. I didn't know that. Make sure you push it on tight. It actually clicks in. Your weatherproof booty. Here's the other side I did before. Now this connector was okay, so I did not change this one. See, there it is. See? This one's okay. Get your psychic. So that one's pressed in there. Good. I can't press in that booty any more than it is. Okay. Cut. Okay, here's the finished product. There she is plugged in. I pushed it in. I got some nice friction. You know, it didn't just slip on. If you plug a connector, a 3-prong connector like this, and it just slips on easily with no resistance, then that's going to be on its way out. That is not going to last you because the contacts are going to overheat. The housing is going to melt. This is a much better than OEM connector. This is ceramic. The orange isn't ceramic, but inside that orange piece is ceramic, and ceramic could take high heat. So there you go. Much better than OEM. So just got to put the battery back in. And we're all set. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to end this here. Job well done on a Sunday evening. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hope this helped you. Bye. And just really quick, the only socket I used was a 10 millimeter. Well, you don't have to have a fancy one like this, but a 10 millimeter to take the battery bracket off. I didn't even have to unloosen this nut for that rod there. I just had to take this 10 millimeter bolt off. So I bought the deep socket set because just in case I had to take this nut off. And also the 10 millimeter works on the battery terminals. These nuts are 10 millimeter. Okay. All right, let's give it a test. Okay. Lights are on. Nice. That's the low beam. I'm crouching about, I don't know, 18, I don't know, maybe 2 feet off the ground. The other side. Nice. Sylvania bulbs looking good. These are not LEDs, but that's okay. Let's go hit the high beams now. To hit the high beams, you push the stalk forward. Many GMs are like that. And we got high beams. Much brighter. Much brighter. And they're shining higher as they should. I know these are yellow. This isn't my car. It needs some new lenses eventually, but I mean, this will be much better than what she had, and what she had was no headlights at all. So if you ever come across a connection and you feel it, and it's hot, that might fail in the future if it gets really hot. That means a bad job was done. This is cold as ice. Can leave that on forever. It'll still be cold as ice. That was the connection I made there. All right, thank you, everyone. Have a great April. Beautiful weather is here. Bye-bye.